I've just come in from a post-meal walk and I left feeling tired, unmotivated, fatigued, a little bit grumpy, and I pushed my butt to get out the door. So now I've come back in energized and ready to share 9 reasons why I think a post-meal walk is the best thing ever in menopause. And it's a great way to get your butt out the door even when you don't want to. So I'm going to give you 2 tips at the end of this video on how to do that. I did not know that the post-meal walk was actually called a fart walk on TikTok. So I thought I'd put this little tidbit in there for you before I upload this video. Many people use walking to control weight, and I want to invite you to look beyond the weight. That's one of the things I like to do here. Whether or not you're on a weight loss journey, we can all look beyond the weight to look at the benefits of health tips, of health trends, and see how they affect our whole body, not just the one thing like the scale. So today on the channel, I'm making space for the post-meal walk and telling you why it needs to belong in your menopause toolkit if walking is accessible to you. Number 1, walking is free, relatively free. I mean, you need shoes, right? So you have to buy shoes and of course clothes, but you're not going to an expensive gym. You haven't sunk a membership in to walk. Walking isn't always accessible for people depending on the neighborhood they live in. So if you don't have a safe neighborhood, there are malls, right? You could go to the mall if that's easy for you too. You could walk around in air conditioning or heating and get a walk in at least a few times a week. But what I'm talking about here is getting up off our butts after a meal for the benefits of the body and really just making it short and sweet just for a little bit of a boost. The second thing that really happened to me today on my walk is improved mood. I left feeling really grumpy and I'm lucky it's a sunshiny day here today, but just the act of getting out in the fresh air, taking my eyes away from my laptop, work problems, family problems, and doing something for me improved my mood. I felt brighter, I felt happier, I stood a little taller, and I felt excited and happy that I pushed myself to get out the door. I mean, so much so that I grabbed a mic and I'm talking to you right now. The third thing about a post-meal walk out of these benefits is that it increases your energy. I mean, energy creates energy. Positive energy flows where positive energy goes. And so doing something positive for myself made me feel high in energy, but it also lifted the fog in my brain because of a few things, which I'll talk about as benefits as well. But it just really made me feel a little bit more upbeat and like I could come back and tackle the rest of my day and my tasks. And maybe my brain needed a break. And instead of scrolling on the internet, I decided to go outside. And that's the fourth benefit of a post-meal walk. We don't get outside enough. Now, I used to work in an environment that was constant fluorescent lighting. After my lunch, I would go out for a walk. It's hard to be inside all the time. I don't think as humans we're meant to be under all this fluorescent lighting all the time. Lucky I work from home now, but getting outside in nature does a few things. One, it shifts your mood and energy like I've already talked about, but it also helps you feel more grounded and you get sunshine. Light is really beneficial for our bodies. We are made to be out in light. And I used to think that that was kind of like, was this just a holistic health, trendy, hacky, biohacky thing? Did it have merit? But yes, it does. If you start to look at red light therapy, there's merit to light and your cells and even your eyes and the way light goes in your eyes. And our air inside our homes can be almost dirtier than the air outside because it isn't circulating and we need to open our windows. Why not open our lungs and go outside? The fifth thing, which almost to me feels like the most important thing for me right now, is blood sugar control. Somewhere along the lines, I think I shared that my health had changed a couple of years ago, a year ago, I can't even remember now, where blood sugar was becoming an issue for me. And I was so shocked because I always thought I really took care of that. But there are risks to our insulin control, or our blood sugar control, I should say, our metabolic health as we age, as we get into menopause and our estrogen drops. If you're actually interested in this topic, that is my next video coming out. So follow, hit the bell for notifications, and you will be able to see what I have to say about blood sugar, menopause, and metabolic health. Studies show that a post-meal walk is a way to get your cells to take in glucose from the meal and lower your blood sugar. Sometimes we need to signal our cells to take that stuff in. And if that stuff, that sugar, that blood sugar. So if you are worried about insulin resistance, exercise, weight training helps the muscle take in the glucose and utilize it in the cell for energy rather than shuttling it to other places like your liver or your abdomen. The sixth and obvious reason is that walking is exercise or movement, however you want to identify it, and most of us don't get enough. I know I am guilty of that. Even though I work out, I'm sitting at a desk all day. And so having these little walk breaks throughout the day after meals, get some more movement in. It's like a little movement snack. I have a video on movement snacks. I'll put that in the description. It's very easy to have a short walk and not make movement a big deal. Not like, oh, like I have done in the past, like, oh my gosh, I didn't get an hour workout in, I'm a failure. Having 10 minutes here and there through the day is better than nothing. The seventh reason, which I'm tacking on to that increased energy that I feel, is that I moved and increased my circulation and my lymph flow. When you think about when we sit down at a desk and stare at a computer, we are not circulating our blood on a regular basis. And what does our blood do? It carries oxygen to our brain. So we can feel fatigued and tired. Our lymph flow needs to move. Lymph and circulation go hand in hand. Lymph doesn't move like your blood vessel or cardiovascular system, which is a pump. Lymph needs you to pump it, whether through self-massage, dry brushing, or the best thing, walking or movement. So you are supporting your lymph flow, which is important for your cardiovascular health and also your circulation when you do a post-meal walk. Your digestive system needs some circulation too. And actually, that is another reason why you should walk after a meal. Number 8, digestion, and if you suffer from constipation. Studies show that moving can help reduce bloat, it can help reduce digestive discomfort, and relieve constipation, because when you move your body, you're helping your digestive tract to move energy or food through it and out into the toilet. This is important because this is how we get nutrients. And if we are constipated, we are not getting rid of the contents of our bowel on a regular basis. You can have changes in your microbiome and you can have inflammation in there as well. And never mind discomfort and bloating from that. Number 9 is something that I also think is really important, and that is the social aspect of a post-meal walk. Whether you go solo, whether you go with friends, it's an opportunity to see your neighbors, to say hi, to chat with a friend and catch up rather than sitting on the phone or texting, and have some social connection. This is extremely important. I want to say more for women than men because that's my perspective, although there is some science on that as well. Women have a tend and befriend response that works positively for their nervous system. So if you have friends in the neighborhood that you can say, hey, let's go for a post-meal walk every day for the next 2 weeks and see how we feel, not only are you going to get all the benefits that I've outlined here, but you are going to have some social life and some social connection that isn't always drinking wine with your girlfriends or eating nachos, although that's fun too. So you're listening to me and you're saying, I'm really tired, I don't want to get up. What are your tips to get my butt out the door? One of them I used to use when I was running a lot, and it was making a pact with myself that if I didn't feel good in 5 to 10 minutes, I would pick one or the other. I would allow myself to turn around and go home, but I had to go out for an allotted time. So if you're not used to moving, pick something really simple like 5 minutes. 10 minutes for your post-meal walk. And if you don't feel good, you have that pact with yourself that you're going to stick with it for 10 minutes and turn around and go home. That'll actually give you a 20-minute walk. It's like a little mental game you can play with yourself so that you feel like you have an out. Some of us want to have an out when it comes to exercise. The second thing, which is a little more complicated in getting yourself out the door, is to review why you started the thing in the first place. Why did you make a pact to walk for a week? Why did you make a pact to go after dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever, for a post-meal walk or any exercise that you've picked? Was it for weight? Was it for your blood sugar? Is it to keep, like me, your joints moving and not be stiff? Sometimes reviewing the initial motivating factor when motivation feels like it's down in the dumps can help you remember why you committed to this in the first place, and remember that you actually committed to yourself and nobody else. We forget that this is the most important commitment of all, what we say we're going to do for ourselves that is positive and following through. Post-meal walking isn't just about blood sugar. It is about calming the nervous system. It is about feeling good about ourselves, getting some energy and some circulation going, and changing our mood. If you hear anything in the background, that is my cat wanting her meal. So I better wrap this up. So if you're in perimenopause, menopause, and beyond, and you want to add a simple habit that supports your whole body and your brain health, start a post-meal walk. Tack it onto a meal. Make it a habit stack. You won't forget to do it if you habit stack. And it's simple, it's free, and it's really powerful. If you think you're going to try it, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you think this is simple, if you think it's easy to do, and how it turns out for you. I hope to see you in my next video about blood sugar and menopause. And until then, I hope you have an awesome walking day.